Hello Marvel Heroes fans, my name is Wilfred Wong and welcome to my channel where you see videos and guides on this free-to-play game called Marvel Heroes. Today is a great day, let's talk about Daredevil. Now for the longest history of time, a lot of you have requested a video guide on Daredevil. I can understand why, and I finally got the time and courage and attention to play Daredevil, and I really thank you for your request, because although the starting journey was really hard for me to understand how he plays like, but towards the end I really got the build, and I got the build I really love. And so today I'm going to share with you two builds. One is the everyday build, meaning that I can use it for almost all the scenario, and I understand some of you are taking him to the end game for raid, for maximum DPS and so on, so I'm going to share that build with you as well. Now, before I head to a danger room, I probably would like to spend some time in the training room to talk a little bit about the various play style when you picked up the Daredevil and what you should be observing. Now, Daredevil is actually a very unique hero in this game. Not many people may understand him, but once you get him, he's actually quite interesting because you got to constantly think what to do next rather than running through a standard set of rotation. So for those of you who are into something more dynamic, something more like you react to the environment, react to the number of enemies around you, he's really one of the really fun hero to play. But having said that, he does have his kind of like shortcomings as well. But at the end of the day, it is all about how to close certain gaps to make him playable in all content. So I'm here for you. All right. So next bit is training room, a little bit about his power. So Daredevil is a combo point hero, meaning that you accumulate combo point through hitting the mobs with some powers, and then after that, when you accumulate up to 5 points, you can then use it. Well, you can use it before 5 points, but at 5 points, you get extra benefit of doing as many. The more combo points you have, the more powerful, of course, the power will deliver. Also, there's extra power layer that you could use when you hit it with the 5 points. Now, so there are different powers to accumulate combo points. I'm going to talk a little bit about the various power options later in the build discussion. But right now, I'm using a nutshot like a beat down, which is one of the fastest way to accumulate 5 points. So once you hit 5 points, there are a couple of things you could do. Either A, you could do a street sweeper, which is he launch himself to various enemy, hit 3, 1 per combo point. So in total, you get 8 if you get 5 points here. And also, you got extra damage per combo point spent as well. So it's a really nice, he kind of sweep it around. And also, during that time, I believe he's invulnerable, so you can't really kind of he doesn't get hit during the time. So it is very interesting gameplay when there are enemies around. Or you can use a jumping strike to give like a one hit kind of like very high damage kind of output. Or you can do a Born Again. Now Born Again is also very interesting because Born Again will then recuperate health, but also trigger this team buff called Constitution for a duration of 8 seconds, I believe. So 12.3 seconds. So now so that is a thing that you could decide. So if there are many enemies around, you use the street sweeper. If there are only one, or they're all grouped together, you can do a jumping strike. Or if you want to maintain the buff for every 12.3 seconds, then you could actually use Born Again. So whichever you do, doesn't matter. If so you wish to Born Again, then you have an option to use the spinning hook kick, which is a very high damage as well layer. And this layer only happens when there is 5 points being spent. Be it as a jumping strike, or the street sweeper, or the Born Again. So either of the three, any of the three, will then trigger of this spinning hook kick, which is a very nice layer. So the payoff comes in this picture. Now, on top of that, besides that, there is also something called the Devil's Due, which is his DPS, and also probably one of the best area power he has. He doesn't really have a lot of area power. So once you do a Devil's Deal, which is a high damage, around the area, you actually accumulate 5 points instantaneously. And with the 5 points, you can actually do any of these things. So potentially, you can do a back-to-back kind of action to it. All right. So then lastly, there is something called Rebounding Club. If you apply every 8 seconds or so, 7.78 seconds, you should be able to maintain the damage over time layer, which is also nice to have. Now, adding any more layer wouldn't disturb the whole combo point accumulation, because the thing is that for Daredevil, you have to accumulate combo point fast in order to give you the big damage. Why is it so? Because even Devil's Deal is being shortened. The cooldown is 20 seconds, but you can actually shorten it down to like 10 seconds-ish if you manage to keep spending 5 points to it. So the more you spend, the shorter the Devil's Deal, the more damage you kind of like produce. So the game of the Daredevil is really about accumulating combo points. So even traditionally you think you should be having different layer to give you the kind of like a damage, overall damage output. It doesn't work that way for Daredevil. So here we go. When it comes to rotation wise, I'm going to fast forward the whole thing. So I'm going to assume that I'm going to do single target here. I'm not going to do the club first. I'm going to use the jumping strike, as well as when to use the hook kick as well. And so basically, just imagine you do the strike, hook kick, and after that, 5 point, jump, hook kick, right? So that is the thing that you keep doing, and then just kick, right? So you do a jump and kick. Alright, so that is basically the whole thing, whole rotation here. The basic rotation is jump and kick, alright? Now, another thing, of course, you should mix the Devil's Deals here, because once you jump and kick and then Devil's Deal, you can jump and kick again. So it's back to back, so I'm going to show it to you. So, you can say, I jump, kick, Devil's Deal, jump, kick, then after that I can go in and accumulate whatever I need again. Jump, kick, and then after that jump, kick, right? And then jump, kick, right? And jump. Right, then you can do a Devil's Deal kind of thing and then jump kick kind of thing. So now you may find that because of some timing kind of like issue, not issue, but because of some timing, you may not be able to spend the so-called all the 5 points before the Devil's Deal off cooldown, because whenever Devil's Deal off cooldown, you should do that. So what I usually do is to use the remaining points either to just heal myself using Born Again. Alright, so that is usually what I do, because that is relatively have very little kind of like animation delay. Like I said, the lesser animation, the better for Daredevil. Now, to mix it all in, I would advise you to do a rebounding club every 3 times. You do the kind of like strike and thing. So every 3 times, usually I do a kind of like because if you do a 2.7 second, sort of like 2.5, 2.7 second. So 7.5 seconds is where you do reapplying the club. So every 3 to 4 times, you probably would like to reapply the rebounding club. That is my thought to share. Now, so enough talking. Let's dive straight to a danger room and showcase to you how he really plays out in real life. So this is Danger Room with Daredevil in a cosmic scenario. I picked something that is quite friendly to Daredevil as well, so it takes more physical damage. I think it's great, but it's not going to be easy because there's some wrecking ball and trap as well. It's always very hard to see the environment. And the last bit is more of like it's fine with Daredevil because I'm using a basic spender, which I'll explain why in just a bit. So let me see what I need to do. Disarm the explosive all around the world. So I'm going to just go in and rebounding club. All right, so that is quite nicely done. And the rebounding club, and after that, that's it. Okay, don't get hit by the sword. Then reborn, Devil's Deal. Then do the sweep. Wow, hang on. I thought I did the sweep. Okay, so anyway, then after that. Okay, working my way through, nice and easy, I hope. Alright, so like that, and after that, just keep hitting. Alright, get out from that, and after that, sweep. Alright, swipe, and after that, do a kick. Okay, so I hope that will settle the score. Okay, then I heal myself, Devil's Deal, then do the sweep, which is like his, sometimes it's targeting, it's a little bit hard here, really. Okay, that is a full mark. Then do a jumping strike because it's only one target, and kick. Alright, so kick. Okay, so that is the boss time. So I reborn, do a Devil's Deal, do a sweep because there seems to be more than one. Kick, then after that do a strike, and after that kick, and then strike again, kick again, strike again, kick again, reborn, and then Devil's Deal. Whoa, hang on a sec, this is actually causing a lot of spirit. More than, maybe I shouldn't spam too much of those. Wow, there's another guy here. Let me just get rid of this turret. No problem. Alright, so I need to keep using Eating Medkit this time because of the high spirit cost. Increased by 100%. Alright, great. Making progress. Alright, this is exciting stuff. Danger Room. So Daredevil going in, and I'm going to use the, you know what, let me just get rid of this guy as well, you never know, right? Oh, there's Wrecking Ball as well? Wow, cool. So much fun. So let me do a heal, and then after that Devil's Due, then do a sweep because there's a lot of them, right? So it's good. And yeah, just make sure that I'm like, then after that do a sweep, alright? Kick. And well, maybe I shouldn't do a kick because it costs so much spirit, okay? And then, okay, do the kick, then Devil's Due. Alright, and then do a sweeper. And just using my basic power because basic is awesome in this scenario, I think. Alright, so alright, let's get out from the okay, let me just heal myself. Devil's Due, then the sweep. Alright, do a kick. So whatever doesn't kill by the sweep, just kick it. Alright, just kick it and you get it sorted. Alright, so that is one, and so I just continue doing this. Alright, do a sweep. Alright, kick. And then do a Devil's Due. Done. Job done. Okay, there's a whole bunch over there. Let me just do the swipe and kick. Yeah, jumping strike and then take single target. You know, you don't need to. Okay, reborn. Then do the Devil's Due. Sweep. Right, that's it. Kick. Right, done nicely. Just like Kung Fu, right? Think Kung Fu. When you play Daredevil, think Kung Fu. Then do a sweep and the okay out. Do the kick. Okay, Devil's Due. I should have healed myself first, huh? The reborn again kind of thing is nice. Reborn. Then, you know, yeah. Then the sweep. 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 Oh man. Sometimes you don't know whether things are happening or not. This game is strange. Alright, so, yep. So you see him like beaming around. That's when he. Okay, so I'm trying to disable this guy while there's a wrecking ball hitting random target, and it's one on this side as well. All right, just let me do this one as well. So this scenario so far is all right. Well, it's not that challenging either, but it's something that enabled me to talk about the, you know, Daredevil without having to sort of like because some of them has a lot of restriction, cannot use signature, cannot do this, cannot do that. So I can't really showcase to you how it plays out. Okay, so this could be a bit tough. All right, Devil's Due and sweep again. And then reborn, all right, just make sure that you get a buff on, that's important, all right, sweep, all right, kick, all right, just steady, observe the, all right, reborn, kick, Devil's Due. Yeah, I think I need to get rid of this mag first, it's really hurting me a lot. If I could get rid of the mag here, strike, and then kick. And I need to reborn again, and then kick, and then do a Devil's Due. How about do this one? It bounce off a few things here. Isn't it nice to look at even? Right? Let me just. Whoa, this one is taking a long time. Whatever it is hurting me. These little guys, don't ignore this little guy that's shooting a projectile and stuff like that. Okay, reborn, Devil's Due, then jumping strike, kick, strike, kick, strike. Kick. Yeah, you get a picture, huh? And this guy still, oh, it's a double meaning boss, huh? No wonder it's taking a while, huh? Unique item. Well, that's alright. It's not that exciting. Okay, let me just get rid of this mag, jumping strike, then kick, reborn. Let's just get some of this along the way. Then reborn, then do the Devil's Due, then do the sweep. And whatever that doesn't kill by sweep, do the. Oh, don't tell me I get stuck there, man. This is. Oh man, this year 2016 and we are still having this. And the only way for me to get out is when Devil's Due is off cooldown. So yeah. Well, year 2016 and we're still having the same problem in Marvel Heroes. Anyway, alright, so disable a thing, and I think there's only one more to go. I try to loot my stuff. So I'm just going to head over there. And maybe I just like jump over there and, you know, whoa, maybe too optimistic. Then do a sweep and do a kick. Alright, so that's it. Simulation completed. Next one. Alright. So this is one that I'm getting a grip of. I think you have to pick the right scenario for Daredevil as well. Some of these scenarios can be quite hard, like those like Contagion and stuff like that. Okay, heal myself, Devil's Due, sweep. All right, whatever doesn't kill by a sweep, what do? You kick. All right, so that is my advice to you. Sweep. Sometimes the sweep doesn't work. All right. I hope there's some. I mean, I wish there was some like a feedback to the system whereby I can really see what is like not working, or okay, jumping strike and the kick. All right. So now, if you look at my damage reduction, right now is actually at the 52%. When the procs are synced in. So he is by all means is actually pretty all right, to be honest. So what do I need to do? Let me see. Destroy the crates. Okay, let me just like move over to there, and then just go like this, and Devil's Due, sweep, and after that, kick. Right. So you got the picture. Very straightforward. But actually, it's not. It's a lot of thinking behind it. It's great. So reborn. Then I just accumulate enough point and do a sweep, then do the kick. All right. So yeah. So it's a lot of thinking constantly. How things. So do a sweep. Okay, Devil's Due, then kick, sweep again. All right, that is all sorted rather safely. Same thing, rebounding shield. Then I think this one jumping strike, and after that kick, and then wow, let me get out of this whole thing first. Okay, the map have to be okay. Wait, hang on. Kick, Devil's Due, sweep. All right, then kick. Nice, right? Isn't it? Very nice. So that is wow, it's still a pilot inside. Jumping strike, kick. Alright, so that is the gist of it. Now, but I mean, Daredevil is kind of like fragile as well. So because by design he's deflect dodge hero. So I always say deflect dodge is one of the worst combination in this game. Wow, there's one guy here. I didn't really see him. All right. So deflect dodge is one of the worst combination because it doesn't handle a spike well. When you can't dodge, when you can't deflect, you are taking a full damage as a deflect dodge hero. So that's why you see that although the fundamental stat is good, but then you may see that Daredevil may kind of like how come he seems quite weak, kind of thing. So that is the whole reason why. Okay, and let me just do a sweep. No, I can't really do. I should have just do a jumping strike, a kick. All right, so I can go in and do the sweep here. All right, then after that do what? Kick, and after Devil's Due. All right, sweep again. I think my courage buff is off, so just use this this thing here to observe when to reapply the born again. Born again give you 13 seconds, right? So it's very neat, right? Because it's one of those things that you could see the buff and kind of like know what's happening. All right, so let me just continue. Oh, where are the crates? I can't really see it. Anyway, right, okay. All right, it's on the other side. My apologies. All right, just no, no, it doesn't work. The crate. Come on, man. Use my rebounding club. Yeah, I'm just hitting boxes whereby I can't really see where the boxes are. It's kind of like have I got it sorted? Probably not. I don't know, man. Okay, so that's it. It's done. Very hard to see. I wish I could rotate the map, which I can't. Reborn, Devil's Due, then do a sweep, and then what? Do the kick, right? So after that, just accumulate and do the sweep because there are two of them. They can just bounce off each other. Kick, right? So yeah. Then because the buff is off, so what do? You get out, get the buff, right? So okay, let me just hit the boxes if I can see it. Alright, it's a bit hard to see actually, to be very honest. I can't really see what I'm hitting right now, except that I can only see the balls that keep hitting me. Okay, last pick, I hope. Okay, what do? I do a sweep, and after that I do a kick, and after that Devil's Due, and it's getting a bit dicey, but that's fine. I think there's a lot of traps going on. Reborn and kick, all right. Accumulate pawns, and then do a sweep. All right, sweep is nice. Kick to the kick to the right direction, please. Yeah. Otherwise, you kick the air. Jumping strike, because it's only one of them. Don't need to do a sweep all the time. Okay, let's move on. And I'm going to do a reborn again first before I devil deal in. Reborn, devil deal, sweep, right? Then kick. Now the mags are there, so this is probably your first order of business is to get rid of the mag. Wow, the mags are like everywhere. Sweep. Alright, kick. Okay, that's it. And the just like reborn, get a buff, jumping strike, and kick. Well, okay, let me just destroy the boxes. Now this one I can see where things are. Okay, done. Next bit. Come on, man. Is that? Oh, yeah, no, I need to continue. Okay, reborn, devil deal, sweep, kick, done. Completed. Thank you very much. Alright, next bit, boss time. Hope it's a nice boss. And I love his signature, so I'm going to show you Dr. Octopus. One of them, I hope. Okay, so I'm going to use a signature, ultimate. So let's just go in. So this Devil's Deal, Jumping Strike, Kick, Ultimate. Alright, this is the one that with Electra here with me. Okay, now it's like come in. Whoa, actually I have to be careful though. Reborn. Get out. Wow, this one is all the eyes, huh? All right. Then Devil's Deal. Then jump, kind of thing. Kick. All right. Let me just get out. Kick. Oh man. Okay. Rebounding shield. Rebounding shield. Rebounding club. All right. Whoa. Let me do a kick as well. Devil's Deal, reborn, just in case, kick, and then jumping strike. Whoa! Whew! That's that damage. See, that's what I'm saying. The spike, whatever you can't dodge, whatever you cannot, it kind of hits you quite hard. All right, kick. Whoa! All right, come on, man. That's it. Done. It was there's some scary moments. I think it's a good demonstration in the fact that when there's a hero that is on the dodge deflect hero, there's a high chance when you cannot dodge, cannot deflect, so that it eat the whole damage, and that is when you need to gear for defense for deflect dodge hero. All right, so now that is all. I'm going to head back to the danger room. I'm head back to the training room and talk a little bit about his build for you guys. All right. So for a start, let's talk about the everyday build. It is a build that I can use almost every day in all scenarios. I really enjoy this build. Let's talk about the fighting focus first, because I think that is really obvious. A lot of passive there. So crit. Okay, sorry, hang on. Crit damage rating and damage rating to melee. These are really good stats. I presume you all max it. And as for this one, do you want to max it or you want to take one point? Up to you. But I kind of enjoy a little bit more, at least the defensive stats, because he can be quite fragile if you do not take care of his defensive stats. So I max it, but you could you can get away without it, but I doubt so, because it's one of these things that you really have to sort of take advantage of the passive for that. And the for this one is just like I put 1 point to it. Now this is an everyday build, but for the end game, if you really want the end game, I would suppose you want to max this one, because attack speed if your attack speed go up, you'll get a lot faster to get your combo point thing. So when you're in a raid environment, nothing really matter. The rest of it, like area damage, like whether you're using sweeper or not, it doesn't matter, because it's only one target. So for that one target, what do? You do a lot of stuff like accumulating combo point and then converting into DPS layers for you. All right, so that is for everyday build, 1 point is sufficient. But if you really want to max it, that's for end game. End void is just like crowd control breaker is nice to have. Born again, like I said, you can always, but you can use it anytime you like. Really, because there's a buff that is going on, and you can't really time. You could time this one in raid, because there's a buff duration, but you can observe the buff window to see when you want to do that. Whenever you got extra points and don't want any animation to it, just do it. Right? So that's fighting focus. Now let's talk about the where should I go? I should go an easier one first. Acrobatic prowess. Now, for this one though, I mean, for everyday build, because I use the sweep a lot, the sweeper a lot. So you've seen how the danger room go, and you can probably imagine how the patrol go is that majority of time you'll use a street sweeper. So why not max it for end game build though? I mean, if you really want to go for end game, and if you and you're only dealing very little scenario with multiple target, maybe 1 point to it is sufficient. All right. So for me, I put 20 points to it because from my experience, I use this power way more than the jumping strike, which is also a very high damage. This is probably your single target killer, this power. So max it. But this one, if you find yourself using this a lot, like I do, so use it. But if you are fine without, kind of like, but I really think that you enjoy a lot more with this one because it kind of like, invulnerable during the time as well. And now whether you want to use this one or not is really up to you. I sort of hotkeyed it into one of the, you see my right button there. It's sort of like, it's swap, it's switch. So it's a nice to have. It's a stun. I could have that as an opener in the danger room just now. But it's one of those things that is, if it is not on the hotbar, it's kind of a little bit hard to be reminded to use that again. But you could actually use it. I have it programmed there. And then this is a very nice signature, so we max it out. And the other two you don't really need to bother. Now, martial art is probably one of the most exciting part from a theory crafting and also practical kind of like timing point of view, because the numbers tell you a story, but then when it comes to the gear and the actual execution, it's actually completely different. So now first thing first, you have a lot of main spender to choose from. You can either have A, which is assault and battery, recover spirit, which you don't really need if you use a basic anyway. You could use triple strike, which is also opener that costs spirit, very high spirit cost, very high spirit cost. Or you can use like staff strike, which is extra crit damage rating on that power, so it can't buff this power. Or you can use a nutshot beatdown, which is a very high attack speed, and it get even higher with all the gear and so on, and together with say your relentless justice if you put a lot of points to it. So traditional wisdom will tell you pick the triple strike, but the reality is not. I mean, mathematically it is a very high number, but because it doesn't accumulate combo points fast enough, your main power is come from the combo point. So I suspect from a design perspective, they wanted to use a triple strike as someone who may not want to use the combo point system that much, but it doesn't work that way at all. I mean, I don't think there's any build that can build around triple strike. It costs a lot of spirit. There's no reward to it, so why bother, right? So now, so in the end, the end result is that basic power on itself is not hitting a lot, but then because of the combo point accumulation, attack speed buff, I mean, this is not chart beatdown. It's really nice. And in fact, another layer that you could kind of like consider is apprehend, on its own. As a 3-second cooldown layer is actually fantastic. The number shows very encouraging result. But in reality, when you mix that into your build, it kind of like slow down the whole combo point accumulation and become counterproductive. You don't get as much like a converted into the 5 points as say you just focus on the nutshot beatdown. So anything that messes with the whole animation of your nutshot beatdown, don't do it. Now, the exception is this one here, the spinning hook kick, which is also interfering with this one here, but it is it is a very nice layer. It's a very fantastic layer to have. So that is one. Another one is the rebounding club as well. You can actually observe the moment you use rebounding club, your combo point is not accumulating, or for spinning hook kick for that matter. But these are the two very nice layer to have, but the rest of it you will not really bother about it. All right, so that is all that I would like to talk about the build itself. The Omega wise, I mean, it really depends on how you build your heroes, and you always try to complement whatever gear you have for a hero. So spin tech 10 point is great, and after that I like a bit of health regen and health, and then I like the +5 strength because he's a physical hero. A bit of crit as well wouldn't harm, wouldn't hurt, and I love this one because first of all my Daredevil get bigger, and second of all is that it give me health as well. Now a bigger Daredevil actually is really working really well, because when you do a street sweeper, you can see where he is going. When he's kind of tiny, that's why I have a 3 sides up. I can see where he's going and when I can start attacking again, right? So isn't it great? So then moving on to the next bit, there's nothing much here. Now, like I mentioned before, as a deflect dodge hero, you have to take care of his defense. There's no other way. You have to do it the hard way. So you have to sacrifice. Even if you have to sacrifice on the DPS, you probably have to sort of like do something about his defense rating. Now, fortunately, quite a fair bit of his power are melee. Only the rebounding club that is not melee, but the rest of it is melee. So you are benefiting quite a lot of power, investing heavily on this one, heavily on this one. But I think it's worth it for defense. And then the rest of it, just warpath is fine, just a bit of kind of thing. And I'm still leveling my legendary so that I have Cyclops, but you can remove it and use something more sensible, like but anyway, you have the plus 1 strength, a bit of crit, and then a bit of like cost reduction. May or may not need actually, because I was experimenting in our build, so you could actually take that away as well, in fact. So you can take that away. And then Moon Knight is nice, She House is nice, I like it. Squirrel Girl, that it's nice. Boss buff, it's always nice, plus 1 fighting. And the Brutal, so I would say, yeah, Winter Soldier is a nice option as well, right? Why not? So that is what I would recommend, and take away the Cyclops as well. Have I taken away? Yeah, take away Cyclops and do something else, maybe Colossus 2% or whatnot. All right, so that is all. The last bit is about the gear. So when it comes to the gear, you have many options. This is just a baseline. You could always do better than me, I'm very sure. So for artifact wise, if you are looking at a physical melee hero, so things like Necklace, Gem of the Curse, Taskmaster, Advance, Zitorat, and Hand of Doom, all those are very, very decent kind of like artifact that you may use. So whatever that you feel free to use it, even Nano Poison if you want to have the plus 1. And I like advanced kung fu training, not because of its health is melee, but the good thing about it is also defense, because the 2% extra when I mention about a proc is when those things like this come in the picture. So I value defense as a hero that is pretty fragile. Without defense is actually is something that I need to work a little bit harder on that, and that's why I also go for defense. Euroforge. For the extra 800 of them. If not, then you take it away, you drop by another 2%. So now, well, you say 2% is nothing, but everything adds up, right? In the end, so 2% from here, 2% from your artifact, and these are the final protection that you have against any of things that you cannot dodge, cannot deflect. So defense is a good thing. Only if you are comfortable with not having the kind of defense, then yeah, you can get something that really powerful DPS wise. But even with this setup, his DPS is not really terrible as well compared to other heroes that I have. So I'm pretty happy with Daredevil where he is right now. And for relics wise, go for melee, because almost everything is melee. But if you really want to max and min everything, go for the crit damage rating, because he does have some range as well. So this one doesn't kind of like benefit the ranged. All right, so now, and the Runeworks, right, by the way, I like the idea of sword, because it does give me a kind of a little bit health, kind of like on hit. And you could also use the health on hit as well if you feel that he's a little bit fragile, but I doubt it's going to help, because what really hurts the Daredevil is the spike. All right, so now legendary wise, grade 70 is Gungnir, grade 80 is going to be the axe. All right, so now ring wise, just pick something that good stat. I don't know, all these are pretty terrible stats. I really should have done a little bit better for Daredevil. Now if you really love the Daredevil though, the new range melee ring from the Danger Room is fantastic, but just make sure you get a really decent roll. Just put it in. I would strongly suggest one of those rings from the Danger Room for the ring wise, if you really love your Daredevil, right? So his unique is fine. I don't really want to go too overboard. I'm sure other raid item will do a better job, but there's so many heroes out there, so I just want to get every hero to a decent level and move on. In terms of the costume wise, now because I got really nice roll, I don't want to re-roll them. But if you really want to max and min everything, go for the crit damage rating. Crit is also nice, by the way. If you have a high crit on grade 4 and you don't feel like spending million of credit to get to the absolute nice 100%, then yeah, I mean, you just pick anything that shows up between the crit hit and also the crit damage rating. So by the way, his crit hits about 59.9. Actually, it's pretty decent, isn't it, for a hero that so that's why I enjoy Daredevil for quite a fair bit. And as for look, the reason why I'm going into defense is, like I always say, right? Gears to close gap. Even can you imagine if I didn't have that kind of gear for danger room? Actually, it's pretty hard, because those things hit really hard as well. So my health 27,000 actually could melt very fast, depending on affixes. So I value health, I value defense. It goes, and even with my setup, I'm happy with the DPS. So can you imagine if you go all out into sort of like But I really doubt you could really go all out for that. All right. So anyway, this is the end of the video for Daredevil. In closing, I think he could be a little bit dated in a sense, but then again, it is the kind of uniqueness that count. Sometimes a hero could be timeless in the sense that the design is just works for people. Now I don't know whether it is really designed that way or not, but it seems to me that a lot of those traditional thinking behind building a hero doesn't really apply to Daredevil. For example, the main spender basic is actually pretty good, and you could actually have max out 2 power for different scenario, whether you want to have a sweeper or you want to have a strike. So stuff like that I really treasure and value, and I'm really happy that I finally got him through, and I really hope that you too will enjoy the Daredevil. I think there's a whole idea here. You got me to work for you guys on this one. I enjoy it, and now I'm sharing the love as well. So that's all for Daredevil. Let me know in the comments box below if you like guys like this. There's a link below in the description of the video, link back to my website. Have a whole list of updated videos. So thank you very much for requesting. See you next time. Goodbye.